So this is a really long bench. This is Heaven Basic, and the card is an RX 480. Can't believe I was streaming without sound, but there's not many people around anyway. So yes, this is the new microphone, which you can actually hear this time. Yeah, so it's an Asus RX 480 Strix. Pretty generic card, doesn't really have much on it. It has solar points for voltage reading. Otherwise, it's just got an 8-pin. That's pretty much it. 6767. Okay, let's so that passed. That's nice. So that's 10 extra. 10 extra for let's actually just quickly look at my current result because I don't really remember. Do you have the same card? Yeah, so I'm on 7,000, but I don't have the CPU clocked yet. So what are we at? 1430 and 2250. So we're actually 30 megahertz more on the memory now, because the bias limit is 2250. So I can now clock above 2250 because I just found some sort of a setting in Afterburner Extreme. I thought I would have to mod the BIOS, but obviously not. So I can get, so I've got 30 more memory. And now in terms of CPU, I've got to go to 5.5 at 1.55 vCore or something. And then 5 Northbridge. Okay, let's do that. Yeah, it's a good card. 12 has most of the records on Cascade, so I hope to be able to beat them on LN2. Also with the CPU on Cascade, so if I don't beat them with the graphics tests, I can beat them with the CPU power. Oh, I think I might still have a little profile out here. I don't know if I can pass 5.6. Let's try 5.5 for now. Let's just make sure the Encore is clocked. That looks like a lot. Let's just go 5.5 and 5. We can always come back to it. And our card is clocked, and let's do it. Lots more fan spinning going on now. Well, we're not getting an insta crash. So for those who don't know, the way to judge how your run is going in Heaven Basic and Extreme is, well, you can look at the total frame number. You can do things like you can take a checkpoint at scene 13, which is halfway through, and just have a look at how many thousand frames you've rendered. That's a decent way of doing it. The other way, well, the surefire way I find out whether I'm going to have a better score or not is I just look at the end average FPS, because that basically gives you your score. It's multiplied by something, but I can have a look at what the average FPS was last time, because I have it noted down somewhere. RX 480. having basic. So this is the run, and I ended up with a 274 at the very end, just before the screen goes to black and the result is actually calculated. So we're looking for a 274. So what are we at now? We are, ooh, what's that weird? I don't know why it's bugging out like that. Okay, that means I can't really see for this run, but maybe next run. So how's the Team Cup benching going, guys? Let's have a look at the OBS, the liner notes, let's say. Pausing recordings, I don't know. Probably not going to need that for anything. Dynamic bitrate is nice, so sometimes I have internet issues, and OBS just sort of quits. It sort of stalls forever because it doesn't know how to handle a worse internet connection. But now with this new version, it will just reduce the bitrate and then increase it as soon as the internet is better again. Custom browser panels, I don't know if I have a use for that. Audio routing, yeah, whatever. But it also integrates a new version of X264 or X265. X264, I think, is the codec that's used, which hopefully will get me a little bit better performance in terms of encoding and stuff. But enough about that. Let's have a look at the top scores for today. A little bit of dual core benching, nice. Time Spy on RTX. Someone's got too much money on their hands, I think. Some 6-core globals by Psycho. Anything interesting in the comps? Nothing revolutionary I'm seeing there, but let's have a look at the overall score. Hey Ginger, how are you doing? So Warp 9 is currently first. Oh, I hate how it's sort of sidebarred like that. Man. I wish I could sort of flip it or something. Okay, here we go. This is the poor man's way of fixing this. Alright. There we go. Warp 9 is first on 1,200 points. Actually, the run is almost done, but I just can't see the FPS. I'm gonna have to wait for the run to complete. The Germans are second on 1156, and OCN third, but 50 points in it. So, you know, just subbing an extra thing, an extra 1 or 2 scores can change that. So now we have 90 more points basically. So let's save that. That is a solid result. I wonder if I can go higher in core. Probably not, but not without vCore control at least. Oh, you're drinking Guinness. Nice. What kind of Guinness? The export stuff, like bottled or canned or draft. They're all very, very different. Alright, now let's go for some small little changes, like we can probably go up 1 in Encore. And that applied. Yeah, just do a rerun. Export, okay. I'm a bit of a fan of the export myself, but a lot of people don't like it. Okay, so now we don't have bugged FPS anymore. We can keep an eye. I would expect an end frame of like 180 now. Okay, so let's see where that puts us actually. Whoop. Nowhere because Brave is so far ahead of me. Might have to get better drivers in, and we need more core as well. My chiller is set to 15 at the moment. I don't really know if it would make sense to maybe chill down a little bit more. But yeah, I don't know. What do you think? If anyone knows how to easily get voltage control to, then I'd be all ears. Ruby or BBY or whatever it's called might be an option, but I guess I completely failed to mention OC Crew, aka or the artist formerly known as r/overclocking, is 10th right now. But to be fair, there is a massive gap between the Ukrainians and overclockers.com, so to get sort of in fifth isn't that hard. So what's the occasion? Just because it's Friday, Ginger? And are you looking forward to Country Cup? It's coming up soon. Basically, just a month or two to go. So what are we at now? Scene 17. Not quite there yet. Okay, let me copy over this RBBY thing. I think that's what we're going to need for more core to get anywhere close to Rave. Ribby, RBBY. So, stage 23 and we're at 277 FPS. This is 50 LOD, by the way. I found that to be reasonable for Heaven Basic. Heaven Extreme only does tessellation off, but I think 50 LOD is all right. I think it just caps at a certain point, but 50 certainly doesn't. Oh, 277, 277.8.9. Not quite there. By the end of the stream, hopefully we'll have 280. So that was a 277.9 end screen. It was actually a slower score with the higher encore. Hopefully, what I'm going to try and do is go to the bench resolution. And just give it a rerun. That sometimes helps. It did help me last time, but your mileage may vary on that one. CC Brew is in the Pipeworks. Very, very nice. Very nice. That's what I like to hear. Yeah, alright. So one of the things about audio on overclocking streams is I can't really monitor myself. I could get earplugs, I suppose, but it's kind of more important to know what the system is doing. You want to be able to hear when it crashes and stuff, you know? So when you're a gaming streamer, a lot of people wear headphones and stuff, and I have headphones. It's not a problem. I could very easily monitor my audio, but I just don't think, because I need to move around to reset the system. It's not so bad on ambient, but on LN2, when I want to pour and I have headphones on, that's just a non-starter, you know. So I need to be sort of a little bit more careful about what happens with the audio, because all I can look at is just visual indications of what's going on. I can't monitor it with my own ears. I mean, I could turn it on here, but then you guys would get an echo, so that's definitely not desirable. Let me, Ginger, you're about to get about to get VIP status. I've no idea why you didn't have it already. There's also a guy called Ginger Not 81. Need to be careful not to give it to the wrong person. There we go. I would look like a dick. Okay. Why is that? Do you see that? Why is that always bugging now? The FPS window is so weird. Since you want to see me looking like a dick, here we go. I like to please. Do I look like a dick now? Ooh. Let's keep these on for a little while, actually. I like hearing myself because I'm so full of myself, you know? I feel like I'm on radio now. Hearing myself in the headphones. What do you think? What's the verdict? Does it look as bad as you thought it would look? Oh yes, this is NPR radio. What's the verdict? I think for an ambient stream like this, it's definitely reasonable. I have I put these cheap buttons on my bench table, so I can reset and turn on my bench rig just sitting down like this, and there's not really much I have to do. I don't have to pour, nothing like that. Ooh, very late fail. Okay, I think that's just something you rerun. My monitor arm is sagging. That's a bit of a problem. So is Mrs. Ginger there as well, and is she also amused by people with headphones? Let's see. Might just turn down my chiller a little bit. Okay. I think I just need to rerun here. As I say on public radio, it's worthy of a rerun. Ooh, 48 degrees under load. This is the best way to spend a Friday night. The Guinness part, yes, definitely. Watching me stream is definitely more debatable, I have to say, but yeah. Okay, let's give Shar VIP as well before I forget. It's so hard finding people on Twitch. Finding like friending people and giving roles to people on Twitch is harder than it should be. Thankfully, there's only one SHAR 750. Okay, VIP, save, yay. Alright. So, there we go. Heaven Basic. My FPS seemed too low. 270. It picks up towards the end of the run. Heaven is an interesting bench. It doesn't have GTs, first of all, so that's one thing that's kind of interesting about it. Is just a full, I think 2.5 minutes or so of just running through scenes, and the FPS just goes up and down a lot. So it's not really easy for me to see mid-run how everything's going, but towards the end I'll have an idea. So the new toys in the stream title, I guess. I don't know if it's in the stream title. It was in the stream announcement on the Discord. New toys, just to recap, are new microphone. I'll try and move it without blowing all of your ears off. So it is a Sennheiser E935, which is a pretty highly regarded vocal microphone, and my Stream Deck, or as what am I benching? I'm benching Heaven Basic. Heaven Basic. On AMD cards, it's easy to see Heaven Basic because the LOD you're seeing right now, you can't apply LOD on Extreme. You can only turn off tessellation, which doesn't make the image as washed out as it is right now. So this on an card, this is definitely always basic. When you're looking at this bench running, it's definitely basic. So that's basic. So that was toy number one. Toy number two is a so-called that's not really focusing, is it? Elgato Stream Deck, which is like a little macro keyboard that makes it easier for me to do things without using my I don't just want to avoid using two sets of mice or two mice. So if I can do everything with just macros and keyboard shortcuts and stuff. So the Stream Deck, probably, as I would say in New Zealand, Stream Deck. The Stream Deck is more sort of quality of life thing for me, and hopefully the microphone is going to improve things for everyone. Yeah, so those are the new toys, but I'm also thinking about getting a new camera, to be honest, a new face cam. I want to get a new camera for photography anyway. Excuse me. And I can attach it using a capture card. So sort of the quasi new toy is the Elgato 4K capture card. I'm not using it to capture 4K, but it does 240 hertz, so that'll come in useful for some benches. On Heaven, high hertz actually hurts, believe it or not. So what's our end FPS? 277. Oh, that's not a faster run. No, that's an identical run. Maybe I should just go back to 1080p. That's easier for screenshots. So 1080p. So now let's try our RBBY Ruby thing. How are you doing, Ground? You doing any Team Cup benching? So okay, I'm just gonna open the Just literally gonna open the like relevant thread on OCN because I've never used this tool before.